All right. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Attention Everyone, the game where there's a whole lot of people here. Sorry, RJ. And Craigory gets to talk a lot, I'm sure. Hi, I'm Kraken. I'm playing Craigory, said wizard who, this was originally going to be a lot calmer of a game, just kind of laying out the facts, and then he kind of went and messed it up. Yeah. So, who else is here having to deal with this?
Which order are we going in?
Let's go reverse, because there's a lot. So, hi, I'm Hex. I'm playing Chateau, local Thalmivore, who is here to help. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Vwild, always on the bullshit, and I'm playing my monkey who's gonna get blindsided like a truck.
Hi, I'm RJ. I'm playing everyone fucking else.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I fully did this to the me as well. I will say names as and when they come up, I guess.
Yeah. Also, should I play Lucille for this? Will Craigory want Lucille here?
That's actually a good question. Do you want to bring Lucille over?
I can bring Lucille. It's literally the will Craigory want support from sibling.
If needed, Kara will summon the fish.
Yeah.
That was a mental.
Yeah, he would like support from partner, but also partner's not going to be happy with him.
Okay, so yeah, Lucille is also here. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Your choice on when Lucille gets there, considering this is now very impromptu.
It is very impromptu. He probably calls Lucille as he's running his ass back to town.
Hey, but
Gonna think,
Lucille,
yeah. Does he have? He has a spell slot for ascending, yeah.
I was just gonna say he dropped some fucking blood in the water and it's like, go! But
I don't think he'd be beetling straight to the manor. I don't think he'd get close enough to the ocean. He wouldn't take that detour.
Fair enough. So yeah. Anyway. Man.
On that note, I think then the cleanest way to start this is a small, brief montage of it's a quiet day in Halloweentown until a particular wizard warlock bursts out of the teleportation circle and is hauling fucking ass.
Mm-hmm.
Which Kara would pick up immediately, sure, and he would specifically be asking for her to take him to the manor like right now.
Door appears and opens in front of you to the manor.
It's like one of the few times he's ever efficiently gotten anywhere.
Yeah.
In this town.
Yeah.
He's in there now. Chateau, you were kind of tasked with, beginning to let all the relevant people know that, hey, Danthew's got some announcements to make, and you should all gather up.
Yep. She probably, just because it was easiest, informed Jacques and Asclepius first, and then just by virtue of interaction most to least, she then immediately goes to the college to get row, and then makes her way around town.
Okay. When she tells Jacques and Asclepius, they will go, we'll get the others, because at the very least, one of them has sending. I think they both have sending. I'm just double-checking if Jacques says it.
Okay.
Yeah, they both have it, so they're just firing off sendings to the rest of the council.
Gotcha, okay.
It's all probably a very well, okay, this is happening, but it's not necessarily urgent until
Until
Until Craig sprints into the room. Looking very much windswept and wide-eyed, and oh dear.
Chateau is in the middle of making tea.
Bless.
Craigory himself has 2 sending slots. One goes to Lucille. One also goes to Lin.
Mm-hmm.
How frantic does he sound exactly in this? It was a quiet day, and then suddenly your partner is blasting in your ear.
On a scale of 1 to 10, call that like an 8 or 9.
Oh, great.
He's in Halloweentown, which, you know, now that he's here, kind of goes down some. It's also one of the first things he did once getting there. So, yeah, Lin, you essentially get, Lin, fast, manner, please, manner. Now, I messed up.
Oh, honey.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, honey.
Okay, love. I'm on my way now, fast as I can. I love you. I'm with you. Stay safe. I'll be there as soon as I can. And then immediately abandons the boards that she'd been working on that day, shoves them into the back room, just network locks them up, and then she is making her way as fast as possible also.
Lucille, meanwhile, gets more of a, come to Halloweentown if you can, manner. It's all about to go down. I'm telling people the thing.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, I'll be there. Not nearly as desperate, so Lucille is, hurrying but not frantic.
Lucille was admittedly a bit more of an afterthought of Craigory. Probably got shoved a cup of tea from Chateau, made to drink a bit, and then goes, you know, I'm in a way, I think I'd also like Lucille here.
Yeah.
Who may also be more articulate than me at this point.
Understandable, honestly.
Yeah.
So your choice on when in this mess Lucille actually arrives, because who knows where the fuck they are.
Fair.
Choose your dramatic point of entry. That's up to you.
Excellent. We love it. All right.
With all that set up, probably jump to the point where things are getting ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, RJ, where would this be happening?
In the war room of the matter.
Yay!
Yay!
That place. Everybody loves that place so much.
That this has become a permanent installation now. Great.
Yep.
Was there any move to like take it down a bit after Broken Message, or did Asclepius and Jacques just decide to keep that up just in case?
I mean, Thrall's still around, my guy.
Thrall is still around. They can read the writing.
That's ongoing shit.
Yeah. It's only gonna kick up from here. Ergo, it's still around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Craigory has a half-empty cup of tea and, like, leg is jittering.
Which, on the plus side, when Lin does arrive, she's not seeing him severely injured or anything. So
No. Hey, Lin, though, for fun, you could roll a perception or investigation on your boy.
that is the hard one. Investigation, did you say?
Yeah, it can be that. You know, Lin has cause to look closely.
Alright. That is a 19 plus something.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh boy.
19 plus. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. DMV, stop fucking up my sheet. 27.
Damn.
Heyo.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What the-
first impressions. He has all the limbs he's supposed to. Step
Oh,
one.
extra one.
Yeah. Step one, good. Step two, he's obviously very frazzled, very stressed, like, jittery, barely drunk bit of tea, is looking very cornered and nervous as he's just kind of, I think, waiting either just outside or inside the war room for things to get organized enough to start. He looks a bit like he's going to be... Looks a little green around the gills.
Mm-hmm.
And with that fun and funky roll of 27, Lin would also pick up that there is, on his left wrist... Lin, you're kind of familiar with, like, bite marks, yeah? Yeah.
Right?
It's not like, a wolf's thing of tearing teeth, but just almost unnoticeable, but for that roll, just two very clean puncture marks. Recent.
Hey. That's sure an emotion. She is bottling all of that up for the moment to unleash on someone later on if appropriate. Because right now her feelings aren't important. He's the priority.
Aw.
So she does do that scan over, look at which room he's outside, and that's a note of concern, and then just go, love?
And his head startles up and whips around, and some relief enters his posture, but it also kind of tenses up again a bit. Kind of preemptive flinch. He's like, Lin, hey,
Hi.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Whatever this is, we're gonna figure it out, alright? Is it okay if I come closer?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Alright, is touch okay? What can I do to help right now, love?
He's going to reach out, hand.
She is immediately taking it. Her hand and also her tail just coming up to brush, just, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. You take some deep rest. We're gonna get this sorted out, alright?
Yeah, it's, I have some important information to, I guess, just Halloweentown in general know, and
Okay.
I'd like you here support. I kind of only want to say this kind of once. And the war room is one of the most warded places we have here, and also in the interest of only seeing once, I'm sorry ahead of time.
It's okay. Well, whether it's okay or not, we're gonna deal with it, alright? Recent developments can be handled, okay? The point is you're coming forward with this stuff, alright? That's good.
I didn't mean to hide it from you until it all blew up again. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Wait, hide?
Kind of like I said, it's kind of probably just easier if I explain it once to everyone. Squeeze his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. And she's just gonna stand with him. Probably tilt her head down for a minute, just as she's processing a few things and trying to figure out stuff, but she is not letting herself run down routes because what ifs are dangerous and she's gonna find out in a minute.
Exactly.
Monkey's learning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at this point, everyone bar Lucille is here, so...
Yeah. Craigory will wait for fucking town leaders to actually call this thing to start. They're in charge now.
They're all looking at you, buddy. You called us here.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. You called the meeting. You start it.
Sorry, Chateau. He's putting the tea down.
No, it's fine.
He's gonna kind of give himself a little shake, then... How are they all seated? I'm kind of imagining this is Craigory just like ends up kind of standing in the center of a thing.
There's a table in the middle of the room, so unless you want to sit on that.
Yeah, no. There's just everybody looking.
Yeah. It's kind of like there's a round table in the middle with a map of Halloweentown on it, like a 3D map, and some various like areas for bits of paper and whatnot and what have you. There's just chairs around it.
Yeah, he's gonna remain standing. He is too jittery to sit.
I will say, Lin will have quietly offered if he wants her to stand with him.
He would like that, yes.
She has not let go of your hand.
Right, okay, thanks for Arving. Quickly, I guess, the long and the short of it is I figured out how I made a thaumativore.
That's fairly impressive. How?
Well, turns out it's actually kind of stupidly simple. It's stupid simple. Keep in mind I've only replicated it once, and the that's
Chateau
contained.
Perks up at that, like what?
Glance and kind of wince at Chateau. It's not around anymore. It ended up getting taken care of. There is no thaumativore running around Toontown. That's not an issue.
Okay.
Aw, baby.
You've still got
like
the table raising an eyebrow at you, Craigory.
Yeah. like I said, Chateau, when things are okay, I could take you to meet Gelocity. But attention, back to council, squares his shoulders. With only 2 data points to work with, the process is I think really anyone in my family, we make something. We're all kind of craftspeople of some kind. Aunt does baking. Henrik Danthew's always been stitchery. I've kind of run around in both. But then cast magic on it. Gelocity had enlarge. The takoyaki I was making with Lucille, I ended up mending at some point. Eggshells are finicky. The final step that was kind of missing because it wasn't I bled on them both. That's kind of the important thing. My ink? Very awkward one-handed jazz hands.
Immediate squinting from Ro.
Yeah.
Hey, Ro, you want a sip?
Lin is looking
tempted
at that
to ask.
Lin is looking at that bite mark.
And how did you confirm this information?
Well, first the accidental replication in Toontown not long ago. That clued in the ink thing. And then I got in contact with a vampire to have them take a sample of ink just to see what they might be able to pick up or know if there's anything like identifiably interesting.
One in town?
No. My comment would have mentioned if it had done this.
Yeah, exactly. Not in Halloweentown.
At which point Eabha pipes up and goes, "You left town and didn't tell anyone?"
It was only supposed to be for an hour, maybe two. And to be fair, it was only for an hour, maybe two. But
you went about this to...
the important thing on this one is this is this is already kind of a bit of an emergency. This is where it got bad. Thrall did pick up where I was and who I was talking to, and at the very least, probably the direction I was inquiring about. Most of our conversation was in message. But, they know what I was interested in.
Where is the vampire that you were talking with? If Thrall's interested, we might need to bring them in.
So how? That amulet I made should keep it hidden from any divination sensor.
Yeah.
The amulet still works. No fault of yours, Jacques. Thrall had eyes. Really, really unfortunately, Thrall had eyes on the vampire. Unlucky.
Chateau at that point is gonna pipe up. It was Cassius, right? Mr. Blackmont?
Yeah, Chateau. It was Cassius. He was in Bottomless Heights, but it sounded like he made it into the mountains and
I do Kupfen. I can send him ascending. Get him here.
yeah, check in on him at least. He was helpful. It was good.
Why, Craigory? I don't understand. Why did you go outside of town for this? We have vampires here, and they're all brilliant folks. Why go to a rogue entity? Why? I don't understand.
He squeezes your hand, Lin, but he's not quite looking at you. I wanted to bring as much information to the table as I could. I didn't want to raise any alarms or fuss until I had all the information I could gather possible and just lay it all out in one go on the table. And, I mean, as Rose said, not that you're not great, Ro, but going to you or one of your coven would have kind of set that ball rolling, and I didn't feel ready.
It would not have gotten any further than me, Craigory.
This involves the whole town. It's the like. I figured you would have been obliged.
Even still, this would have become a medical procedure at that point, and then doctor-patient confidentiality would have kicked in. I would have been told that a check had been done to see if there was something wrong with your ink, but no more than that. Lest you forget, I am the Archmage responsible for Halloweentown's very prestigious school. I know how to keep a secret.
Craigory is wincing.
Yeah, Ro looks hurt. Ro looks genuinely hurt that you didn't trust him.
Oh. And I think Lucille is going to enter at this point.
Yeah.
You just have a shark jogging in, late to the party. And they take...
Craigory is thankful for this distraction because,
Lucille takes one look at everything and goes, "Ah, I see."
Were you aware?
They look at Craigory.
who just gives a nod and roll of the hand. Just
I was there. I might have eaten it.
What? Okay.
I panicked.
as we can all see, no adverse effects. It was very small and only a small amount of blood.
Head in their hands.
With the highest respect, you didn't think to go to a doctor, and I know that's hypocritical. You didn't think to go to a doctor to check.
In Lucille's defense, they are afraid of any medical anything, so...
And in the very slightest defense to Craigory, so was Craigory.
How long ago did this happen?
How long ago did this happen, Kraken? Like,
That's an extremely good question. Timelines.
I'm gonna say not that
least...
long ago, but
yeah, I would probably say like at least 2-3 weeks, month, something.
I was gonna say 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll say like a fortnight.
Yeah, Lucille's gonna
Be fancy.
I mean, it was kind of a send-off for the apartment, so, like...
So, wait. So you've known about this for a fortnight?
In my defense, I was sworn to secrecy.
So, Craigory, you've known about this for a fortnight?
Still not quite looking at Lin, he nods.
She's going to do a sending or a message.
Mm-hmm.
If this hadn't blown up now, when were you planning on telling me?
Now, with the council.
Okay. and she is going to look straight ahead.
Asclepius is wincing because he has the observant feat and can read lips.
Yeah.
Fun and happy times in this here war room.
So with this in mind, Thrall has an idea that your blood is interesting, or your ink is interesting, yes?
With my design, it's largely one and the same.
Right.
They'll have a direction to research, and I mean, as far as they know, I could be chasing a dead end, but
from what we know of Thrall, they're a quizzical person, and they'll likely have samples from... And they have Henrik.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they...
Would Henrik know about this?
Say that again.
Asclepius would Henrik know about this?
I am 99% sure no.
Then we
They had access to my notes at one point. That's a really polite way of saying it. They broke in and had a look at my notes at one point on this, but this was far before anything, and I very, very, very much did not have the knowledge I have now. So they are working with outdated conjecture and brainstorming and guessing of mine.
Then we might have time. If I recall correctly, while in the Thrall's hands, you were not in your own body. Any samples that were taken from you at that point would have been of the clones.
I really hope so.
Well, that's good. That's good. So from there, we just have to figure out any ways of keeping it from them. If they're already interested in all you know, what options do we have?
You know, to be perfectly honest, I think we should proceed as if they already do know.
Indeed. Multiple contingencies, I guess, but yeah. Okay, so how do we proceed with that? We can put, well, I guess making sure that Craigory's safe, so they can't get a hold of samples to do anything with. That is a priority.
I have found a spell. I had originally intended it for Chateau's protection, but
Oh?
and Jacques steeples his hands and seems to be trying to find the words to describe it. And he goes, "It is at the moment the upper limits of my power. However, it is a spell that hides a creature or an object. They become untargetable by divination spells, unseen by scrying senses. They fall into a state of suspended animation and go invisible. It does not have a duration unless you set one."
All right, that is a lot. That
Lucille kind of whistles.
do it.
As I said, it is the upper limits of my power, and it's likely something I can only cast once. The material costs are immense.
Will it have any negative impacts on you?
On me? No.
Okay. That's good.
Outside of said material costs.
Outside of said material costs, and that I could only cast that level of spell once a day. At present.
Okay, so I guess we call that the, I don't know, Plan F? Emergency of emergency?
I think that's technically Plan Z. It's
Yeah.
our emergency plan.
Yeah.
Which, no offense, bro. No offense, Lou. None takens from either of them. The undead in the room.
Whoops.
Be like that in Halloweentown.
Okay, so that's protection in place,
Yeah.
which is good.
Actually, considering I went through all that trouble and got Cassius into trouble, he was able to tell me some stuff about my ink, so that's probably also something I guess, Ro should have.
Ro makes a gesture like, well, if you're gonna say it, say it.
Yeah. A freehand gonna pull out notebook. Flip back a page. He said it was intensely magical, mainly transmutation magic. And he kind of like squints at his own handwriting, like, why would I phrase it like that? He said it was really good. So I guess it's a compliment.
Likely means taste.
Yeah.
Lucille kind of makes a nod of, yeah.
If you would like, I can corroborate your findings.
Considering it turns out Cassius is also kind of young as a vampire, yeah, you might be able to get something more nuanced.
Well. A slight eyebrow raise, like, do you want to do this now, or are we doing this at a later date?
Bite me!
Bite me.
Craigory kind of shrugs, like, I mean, we're already in the
thick of
warded
it.
war room.
Yeah.
And he's not going to say it out loud, because absolutely no offense to Ro, but should anything go wrong, there's also a whole bunch of people here that can step in.
Ro will stand up, move to approach you, and pulls out a small knife from a pouch on his belt and holds it out to you, hilt first. He goes, cut your finger. Put a drop on the blade.
Alright. He will, take a finger.
Lin will let go so this happens, because
Yeah.
Lin, ink stuff, don't even worry about it.
Yep, Lucille is
Honey.
pointedly not looking.
Honey, we passed don't worry about it at the door of the war room.
Yeah, this is now firmly in very much worry about it territory. Thank you very much.
Yep.
There is now a drop on the blade, and he's going to hand that back carefully.
All right. Well, tasty time. What what does the vampire get?
Tasty, tasty.
Should he make a whiz save?
For fun, I guess at advantage.
Okay. Apparently he does need to. Where's your wisdom save? Oh, that's fine. The detriment of getting out so many d20s is I don't know which ones to use. Let's
You did this!
that one and that one. Okay, we're gonna swerve away from that one. That is... that's the
Jesus.
commentary zone.
Row and nat ones. Row and nat ones, I tell you.
Part of the reason why I fucking gave Ro advantage was A, old vampire, B, I know Ro's rolling tendencies.
History.
I know his
Yeah.
history.
Yeah. You got 22.
Yep.
Whew.
Well, everything Craigory's had to say from Cassius so far, yep, on the money. Tastes heavily of transmutation magic, but also just magic in general. This one singular drop feels like it should have been way more than a drop. For one thing, it is probably startlingly strong on that front. And even with the one drop, Ro feels like energy like a kick to the teeth. I don't know, Hex. Do you have any other thoughts on, like, I'm trying to think of, like, any extra stuff
No,
Ro could pick up.
let's see here. He'd probably honestly be able to pick up, oh, that can get addicting.
Yeah. Yeah, transmutation, but also kind of like of the flavor of animation and movement and
Potential.
potential. Yeah.
Right.
Ro can kind of understand how a giant jello could have gone from just a big lumbering abomination to gaining a mind if she'd gotten enough of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a through line to be followed there.
Mm-hmm. He tastes the blood, and there's a brief moment where he just bares his fangs and eyes dilate, and then he like runs his tongue across his teeth and goes, "That is potent."
Yeah.
Takes a cup of tea, tosses it back, puts it back down.
Sorry, I probably could have warned you about that one.
I can see how you managed to create gelosity now. I can corroborate the findings of young Cassius, yes. I also politely request that you do not give any blood to the vampires of my coven. That could be very addicting.
Okay. Noted. Cuts a slightly concerned glance at Lucille.
Lucille just kind of shrugs. I sniff it. I don't eat it.
For sure.
I'm
Still.
fine. Besides, I've had like, what, 200, 300 years to practice not eating people? It's fine.
In addition, you do not require blood and or ink for sustenance.
Yeah, that too.
Ro goes, sits back down. Steve puts a hand on his shoulder just to make sure he's okay, to which Ro, like, nods, pats it, and looks back at Craigory.
Aw.
while this is going on, Lin is just. I'm gonna roll Hammer's face. Yeah. Lin does just tug Craigory's hand back down, and she is putting a plaster over the little knife nick.
Aw.
Aw.
She's also pulling out her chill pills and taking one because she's going to self-care on that front. This is a roller coaster day.
Good. We love to see Lynn taking care of herself in these trying
Sorry.
times.
Odds, yeah.
There is the distinct crunch noise.
Crump, crump, crump.
Really.
Ava's gonna lean over like, hey, can I have one of those?
Yeah, sure. Keep it open for me, would you?
Yeah.
And she just passes it.
Tips out two, knocks him back, passes it back over.
Around for everyone.
Hey. Where do we go from here? I mean, this might be tired mind. I'm sorry. I'm dealing with another long haul case at the moment. But have we figured out why Thrall would want this? I mean, I think we did, but again, things happen all of the time.
You're fine. Thrall wants thaumaphores. Ideally, thaumaphores plural. Which, I guess the bad news on this front is that's now possible.
Mm-hmm.
To, specifically, to attempt to destroy the Pillar of Erasure, but quite frankly, Thrall with an small army of thaumaphores is not a good thing ever.
No.
Because they also really, you're all aware, they do not like this place.
Yeah.
It's like, I can understand the erasure thing, kind of, but,
Yeah.
That is something we have considered, yes.
Lucille kind of gives Craigory a look.
So, if we know how to create a thaumaphore, and pardon me here, Chateau, do we know how to unmake or nullify or destroy a thaumaphore?
I mean, in theory, it's just a matter of waiting for the magic to fade. I power down when I don't have enough energy to sustain myself.
Unfortunately, that wouldn't be an option if we were taking, or if we were fighting thaumaphores at the pillar, or they were coming here. And she kind of gives a gesture at town.
Yeah.
How fucking magic is here?
Theoretically, you could try and overload one. Something as well made as Chateau, for example, would be incredibly difficult to overload. But if they were being produced en masse from inferior materials.
Okay.
But if that's the case, Thrall's still wanting to use them to try and destroy a pillar of creation?
Not destroy.
What?
Remove.
Same thing?
Not
No.
Lucille's.
It takes a lot more power than any one mortal could muster to completely destroy a deity. It does not take nearly that much to remove them from their power.
But if it's a pillar, it's a main support, so you'd have to put something in its place, or everything would go to pick.
is that just speaking purely theoretically, or removing all context into who, like, is that honestly a terrible thing?
Lucille looks very sharply at Craigory.
Yeah, you're getting sharp looks from both the clerics as well. What are you talking about?
I just mean freehand gesturing. It's erasure. It's destruction. It's destroying of information. It's.
You cannot have wholesale creation. Eventually you would run out of materials. And eventually you would run out of space. But more than that, driving yourself to create without end is insanity. You have to have time to rest. You have to have an end to things.
That's Craigory. Things have to end, even if it's by that measure. Like, yeah, erasure events aren't great, but erasure in itself isn't bad.
Lucille, you've lived through erasure events. How are you saying this?
It's because I've lived through them. Like I said, they're bad, but just the same as erasure events are bad, so would be an event of inspiration. I mean...
The loss. Incalculable loss.
Craigory, Lin is looking up at you in vague concern with how much you're doubling down on this.
Craigory, like I said, it's not great. It's the events themselves are bad, but erasure itself is not inherently a bad thing.
Like a wildfire.
Yeah. Not even like a wildfire, just to get to the barest essentials, just erasing a sketch so that you can refine it to be better.
Craigory's actually going to kind of fall silent on this. He has realized that people are not really taking to this.
Lucille is kind of looking at him in concern.
Yeah, Steve has reached for a small pan flute on his belt, and Lou has a hand on his holy symbol. Just in case.
God.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm. Everyone in this room is concerned by these statements.
Yeah.
Craigory's going to shut up while he's ahead. He can read the room enough.
Craigory might shut up. Are people gonna leave that alone?
No, just try to figure out how to word, because Lynn's trying to figure out how to word to be delicate, and
Yeah.
she's like a sledgehammer.
Ah, yes, delicacy. Lynn's specialty.
Yep.
Lou's gonna clear their throat and speak up for the first time and go, "Listen, I am a cleric of a knowledge god. I understand where you're coming from. But there are some things that should be forgotten. There are some things that should be erased. Things cannot continue forever. Knowledge is powerful, that's true, and knowledge deserves to be preserved. But nothing should go forever. Not even knowledge."
Rawl is a clear example of exactly that.
Point. Yeah?
Love. When did these views start popping up?
Craigory kind of gives her a confused look. It's like,
You've always been interested in experimentation, in knowledge, in getting your hands dirty, but this... Did you used to react to talks like this?
what do you mean? Haven't I? I don't understand.
No, it's... And people can see Lin trying to figure out how to word something.
Lucille, after a moment, just kind of says, I am very aware of the whims and wants of the sea. One might say I tend to prioritize its desires over my own sometimes.
Anyone attached to a patron like that, be they clerical, paladin, warlock, even druids in their nature, can get influenced.
Lucille kind of nods.
Craigory's actually kind of taken a half step back from everyone at hearing this.
We
That-
don't think you're being controlled, but it is something to bear in mind.
I don't. No, that's not. I know when they're talking.
You know when they're talking and speaking with you, Craigory. But remember, I said it's pretty easy to kind of lean on and fall into things. Sometimes you don't even realize what you're feeling isn't yours.
Indeed. It is manageable, though, when you can start to notice the patterns.
No, this. I'm gonna be real, Chief. I think I'm gonna have to roll like some kind of wisdom save for Craigory.
Yep.
Do it. Can you do it at advantage if I say that one of Kara's floorboards has reached up and is brushing against Craigory's ankle in a comforting manner?
Sure.
Thank you.
Kara, pat, pat.
Kara
Oh
is chaotic. Oh no.
dear. Thank you for advantage. The first one is a nat 1.
Oh my god.
You know what?
It's grown to like this chaotic wizard. They're worried about their chaotic wizards.
Aw.
I love Kara.
Does
I shit you not. That was a
Okay.
2. So 2 plus 5 is a 7.
question,
It's not a nat one. What you doing?
Well, I'm gonna listen to what people has first. What you got?
does bardic inspiration apply to throws, or is it just checks?
No, I think it applies to saving throws. Let me pull up my 2 bards and double check.
Yeah.
Thank you, because every now and then I am.
Yeah, one ability check, attack roll, saving throw. So you can add.
Okay.
Take Lin's, take Jacques, take Steve's.
Oh my god.
So
So,
add a D6 and a D10 and another D10.
Christ.
All ones.
Please don't be all ones, god damn it.
Hey, you wanna guess? You wanna guess?
God.
You gotta be fucking shitting me.
Alright, let's get up to D10. Okay, good. 8.
Okay.
It's good. It's good.
And a 1.
Oh my fucking god!
It's a 15
Okay.
at least.
Okay, so 10, 7 plus 10, 17 wisdom save.
Yeah, okay.
At the very least. The
Uh,
probable concern of everyone. Wait, hold on. I forgot. Kara's got bardic levels. Take a D12.
Oh my fucking god.
I forgot.
And a full 12!
Thank God, there it is.
29. Thank God for Kara coming clutch.
So we went from a 2 on the dice to 29 overall, which means Craigory does not fucking flee this meeting in a dead sprint.
Oh, thank God.
He very clearly was on the verge of. But between Lin's hand still in his, and everybody's palpable. Everyone is doing a very good job of, we're not mad at you. We're not even that disappointed in you at the moment. We are just concerned.
Very worried.
Gathers himself, takes a deep breath, and stays where he is.
There's a brief kathunk as Kara's ambulata steps out the wall and comes to hug your leg.
Oh!
Aww.
Free hand comes down to pat.
Gods.
Ugh.
Fuck me.
Yeah,
Roller coaster.
Lucille kind of after a moment just goes, okay. Craigory, breathe in with me, please.
Shaky breath in. While Lucille's breathing with that, I think I'm going to roll a history for him. Just because...
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
Ooh, we like good rolls.
Your history is...
I am tempted to get someone to roll something, but this is Craigory's game.
Nice.
And Craigory's the priority here.
God. 21 history roll. Now that he has not fled, and is specifically trying to breathe to calm down, and now has the brain space to somewhat calmly think through what everyone has said, he's casting back for, it feels like this has always been his opinion. Why wouldn't it be?
Mm-hmm.
But then he remembers when he first heard Thrall, reveal these grand ambitions of theirs, and how appalled he was.
Yep.
How against it, how unnatural and absolutely batshit insane he did think it was.
Mm-hmm.
How he took steps to prevent it.
Yep.
With an action that now makes him sick to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Repulsed is a good word for it, Hex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, okay. Alright.
I am unsure if this will do anything concrete. But can I cast a spell on you, Craigory?
What's the spell?
Protection from evil and good.
Worth a shot, I suppose.
Asclepius is going to walk over, come kneel in front of Craigory, and take one of his hands in between the Firbolgs and cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously against undead, because that's what the thrall is.
Yeah.
You undead bitch.
Hey, listen.
Nice that this was cast after Ro came over and did his thing.
Otherwise,
I mean, it wouldn't have affected Ro doing his thing, because unfortunately it
Craigory's
doesn't
blood
work
is
like
just
that.
Craigory's blood is just now spicy.
Craigory's no square now.
Jalapeno. Ghost pepper.
It's a good thing that Ro is not a white man. Anyway.
He can have
True.
nice.
Ghost pepper.
Versus Craigory, who cannot.
Get fucked. But yes, I don't know if that would make it easier for him to delineate between what is definitely him and what is the Thrall's influence for the next 10 minutes. But
if absolutely nothing else, I think the base answer is yes, because if absolutely nothing else, Asclepius' magic at this point is a calming thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Craigory, this is gonna be an interesting little kind of bit because yes, it definitely helps you differentiate between what is Thrall and you, but you still like some of those thoughts, I guess, question mark, beliefs, definitely still feel like your own. From Evil and Goof.
you can tell I'm stressed. I'm trying so hard not to laugh at that.
Protection from evil and goof. Asclepius,
From Goofs. Damn.
you've messed up. This is a tune. Protection from goofs. You've killed him.
Oh god.
Immediately go into resurrection mode.
No more goofs for Craigory.
It's fine. He's a grave cleric.
God.
You know this is love him.
But yeah, so yes, you are able to differentiate what is, Thrall's kind of needling little like influence,
Pokey
which is
pokes.
actually little pokey pokes, which is actually not that much, especially between the amulet and Halloweentown in general. Like it ain't that much. But the preservation of knowledge and like that whole thing, that still feels like you. Or at least it's not Thrall.
Yeah, like he's always been passionate about like information and access, right? Like preservation isn't a far step off. So he's just kind of frowning as he's mentally sorting this through, and he's like, doesn't actually feel like such a controlling patron. They've largely let me do my own due when not on the clock, as it were.
Hate how you word it like that, but I hate that it's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Lucille's just making a face.
How many times have they, to use your own words, had you on the clock?
Not often, honestly. Just it would have been way more were it not for measures taken here, that's for sure. The benefit of a warlock to them really was they wouldn't have to leave their house to get anything done. Messenger, errand boy, and all that. So, I mean, there's been some little errands like that. Like Lin, you know all those. I let you know before I went.
Okay.
You do know all those, I swear.
Okay. God, I do. Because Jacques and Asclepius have known Lin the longest, could they roll an insight?
Yes. Yes, they can. I'm afraid. Okay. I've got to remember. Do they... Do. You don't, at the very least. What the fuck is your insight? Again. I'm not using that die. That was the nat one die. It's not that that's much better. That's not high. It's 18 from Asclepius.
That's bad from Asclepius. What the
That's
hell?
bad from that's a 3 on the dice.
Damn.
And
Let's see what Jacques gets.
yeah,
There's a lot going on here.
Because I'm looking at Lin's passive and I'm even giving it the disadvantage because it's the spooks.
Yeah, the -5. Well, the good news is he has lucky, so I may end up beating that.
-5? Hello?
Yeah, if you've got disadvantage on a thing, your passive takes -5 to it.
Yep.
Huh.
Like when you've got advantage, it's +5.
Yep. If
Okay.
that's not enough, I can try and reroll with luck.
Okay. Jacques gets stuff. Asclepius, you can't actually read Lin right now.
He is pretty focused on Craigory, so that does make sense.
Indeed. Also seems surprisingly fitting in another way. Not a word. And do apologise, mind isn't always there.
That's fine.
But so there are a few things going on in Lin's expression right now. One is mild amounts of horror, and also a level of familiarity as she's looking at Craigory. But there is also something else that has been happening for the past few minutes that does seem to twig something, Jacques, of... You've known Lin a decent amount of time now. And the way she's struggling with words, her jaw keeps locking. And you see flickers of anxiety that then calm down. And you remember back at that island table that long time ago when you first gave her the offer of a cure, and she basically accused you of having an angle. It's that similar theme of fear that seems to be staying her tongue. As well as a lot of other things that are in there. The current one is very horrified familiarity with how he's describing things. There was something else, but it has gone sploot.
Oof. 1 second while I check thing.
Oh boy.
Why is the only son of a bitch here who knows message fucking Ro? Oh, the rest of the fuckers have been mending.
Oops.
Fuck it. Jacques is gonna just stand up, walk around the table, and come give Lin a hug.
Aww.
She did not realize how much she needed that until that moment.
Aww.
No, straight up, Jacques, she is... You see her... This is Detective Stagehand, mostly. And she has been keeping a very tight lid of professionalism, except for her voice cracking. No, you give her that hug and she buries into you. She needed that found family hug. She needed you.
You're going to find a way to amend this. We will help you figure out the delineation. We are available to pull you back should you go a little further than you would be comfortable with. There are ways to mitigate this.
At all is already a lot.
Then we will keep you in check.
Craigory, can I ask one more question?
Yeah. Of course.
And she actually... There is a subtle crack of her jaw as she is forcing herself to speak. She just goes... I don't know whether this is universal, but when thoughts start changing, start not being your own, that can also be influenced through dreams, through memories, through that sort of thing. That's what they... You get nightmares, love. Do you think Do you think the subconscious is related into this? Possibly. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Might be. I don't. Maybe if it's you're kind of the expert in this, huh? Can't rule it out.
There's a quick little back and forth between Ro and Lou. It's like Ro starts pointing and then keeps pointing a few times as they do a little quick back and forth with message.
Craigory's mostly just now sorting and sifting through, like, you know, dreams. They're half remembered. They basically disappear within 20 minutes of waking up most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a lot of eye motifs in his dreams now. That's, you know.
You know.
Does he say this or no?
Kind of shrugs and goes like, I mean, I don't know what the difference is between that and just generally having dreams about stuff you've been through. I don't know. Just eyes.
What kind
Feels
of
like, I mean, theirs, green, or his? I think the pronouns are his. What are pronouns for a dead god anyway?
What?
What?
Thrall's mummified corpse of a fragment of a god.
Do you have a name?
Wait, hold on. Craig, what?
Do you have a name, Craigory?
Yeah? Ongum.
Okay! Cool.
Roll religion!
More than that, Jacques is gonna take 10 minutes to cast Legend Lore.
Hey!
Oh, fuck. You're making me roll religion! I hate you.
You're
People to roll!
You're welcome!
I'm nat 20.
Yo!
Welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
That makes sense.
Nat 20.
Nice. I'm gonna wait and give everybody
Yeah, hang on. Give me a second.
Lynn
on.
might be getting her own thoughts on this matter.
where the hell is the quotes channel?
And then and then yep, that tracks. Question. X.
Yes.
Does this... Where the fuck, damn it, is the bastard shitting...
Having a good time there?
Is this something that would classify, for advantage under Hunter's Bane?
Ooh, Hunter's Bane is,
It's the
Oh,
Blood
shit.
Hunter thing.
I know, and I'm trying to remember specifically what it grants.
You have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track fey fiends or undead, as well as intelligence checks to cool information about such creatures. It's the pertinent bit.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, that's fine then. Eabha rolled a 15 on the dice anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
that's still pretty good. Jacques, I'm not gonna roll because he's casting Legend Lore.
Mm-hmm.
And that is vaguely hilarious.
Uh-oh.
Scoopy's got the worst of the bunch.
Oh my
We're
God.
not counting Kara's nat 1, but...
Oh, Asclepius, honey.
Honey,
Yeah.
he's having a time. Let him process.
Okay, so
Everything happens all the time.
His attention has been drawn by the fact that Jacques has immediately stepped back, knelt down, and has started ritual casting something.
Yep. Cool.
Yep.
I need to double check what specifically he can get from legend lore, because it's specific, I remember.
There's the spell for you.
Hey, thank you.
I love Aubrey.
Thank you, RN Jesus.
Oh, that is...
Anyway,
Oh,
of
you
mine,
get
the highest
good
we have is
shit.
23s.
Okay. And those are from...
Those are from Steve and Eabha.
Cool. All right. Hilarious. Okay. So, in general, the 9 and the 7 have no fucking idea. Just no, absolutely no idea. The 12 equally, sorry, Kara, you don't fucking know. Everyone else, though, with the exception of Lou, shockingly, Lou knows that was a dead, like, that sure is a dead god. Everyone else knows that Ongham specifically was a deity of knowledge and learning and teaching, worshipped widely in Faruma on the west, like the west half of Faruma and parts of Theater. And that many years ago, actually, an erasure event resulted in that was more widely spread than just Inkwell, resulted in that particular deity actually being destroyed. As for legend lore, Jacques, you get something completely different. It's almost like a film reel playing back in your mind, of the scene of what looks to be a mage's college, and there are clerics going about their daily chores and tasks. And then there is what can only be described as a flash across the sky. And everyone stops, looks up at it alarmed. And then, because of the way that it's being shown to you, you get not just the material plane view, but you also get other planes in there. So you see what looks to be a many-eyed thing, kind of incomprehensible in its nature, begin to erode away, and with that flash across the sky, and almost in slow motion, just because of how fast this all happens, you see this thing immediately begin to funnel itself into all of those clerics in what you can only assume to be panic. And you see each cleric start to react and spasm and shudder as some little mote of something that is very important to their being is forced out, and this thing forces in. And then all at once, the flash is gone, and every cleric drops to the floor. only one stands back up.
Tasty. Lore.
Cool.
It is also
Ooh.
important to note every cleric there was a changeling.
Okay. All right. How many of Craigory and Lucille and Lin speak Abyssal?
Ooh,
I'm-
does...
No. But Lynn does have her helm, which she does keep active as much as possible, especially because she wants to hear gossip, man.
Craigory's
oh my
got
god,
it.
Chateau does!
Chateau, right? Yeah, Chateau. Okay, so Chateau catches this.
So does Craigory.
Craigory catches
Ew.
this. Does Lucille speak it?
No.
Okay.
Lucille speaks Primordial Aquan.
Okay. I'm going to make Lynn roll wisdom to see if she
Okay.
remembered to cast it.
That is a wisdom 17 on the dice, so 23.
Okay, yep. you get this too then. Jacques swears loudly and with some epithets you never would have thought he'd say. And,
Chateau puts a hand
most
to her
of the
mouth.
room's head snaps to him like, holy shit, okay.
Chateau covers her mouth with a hand, just...
Were Craigory's not... Were Craigory's so not off kilter with everything happening, he would be grinning, because, like, my word!
Yeah, this swear's not fit for TV.
Craigory's gonna keep those on hand. He's learning things.
Ditto, my fine
Plus
buddy.
it's in Abyssal, so it's like fucking demon speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, the effect is very similar to watching Morsky swear. Love you, Morsky.
Damn!
Fucking yeah. So everyone looks at him like, holy shit, dude. And he's just kind of he was knelt down with his hands on his legs in like a kind of meditative pose, but he's doubled forward, one hand clapped over his mouth, the other like gripping his shirt over his chest.
Oh.
He looks horrified.
Chateau runs over to him, like...
Yeah, that makes 2 people running over, because dear God, not again.
Placing a hand on his shoulder, like, are you alright? What do you need?
That was horrifying. Okay.
What
He will
happened?
explain what he saw.
Yep.
Well then.
Oh my gods. It
Yeah.
it forced their souls out to save itself?
I suspect
Cool.
so.
Whoever that cleric was before, there's only echoes left.
If that.
They had days where they are a bit more of a person, but not consistently, not echoes.
I guess that explains a lot of things, actually. Ugh.
So,
What now? I mean, context. Cool. Tragic backstory. Neat. Does that actually change anything?
No. No, it doesn't. If we don't stop the thrall, we don't stop Arlen, their pain will roll over this world and destroy it.
this.
Well, we have a name of the deity. Maybe figuring out how to stop him, is what we should focus on over stopping the thrall. Does that?
I mean,
At this point, I think they're pretty close to one and the same.
If we take out Arlen, I don't think the thrall will last much longer.
no. All they are is a thrall now.
Huh.
This might be me getting too entrenched in things, but they're planning on. Okay, so with the pillar, just circling back to that, I guess, because that's their main motive. But stopping the pillar, that doesn't fix them. I mean, they could get more followers, I guess, if enough people believed in them. But if they're a fragment in one body, this is not my area of expertise, which is annoying.
I don't think they're doing it to. I don't think they're doing it to get followers. I think it's just revenge.
Comeuppance, pure and simple.
Yeah.
Whatever Arlen is now, they're not what they were before. It's entirely possible they're just motivated on instinct and pain.
Yeah.
Like a revenant? Is that the correct?
That's a term. I'm not sure it's applicable in the case of gods, but
It's a lot of things that are different between gods and men, but
Yeah.
But
Including
it
the-
wouldn't surprise me if the thrall themselves are a revenant.
yeah.
We don't tend to talk about them much in communities like ours, and they look at Ro and they look at Steve.
Mhm.
Because if you're a revenant, you're about a step above mindless undead. It's very difficult for a revenant to actually live a life.
Mhm.
Well, they're certainly not mindless.
Mm-hmm.
But how much of that is them and how much of that is on them?
Because you can't kill a god.
Well, not.
Not in the typical
No.
ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's not just stopping thrall, it's making sure that we make sure it's making sure that we get Ongum too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Ongum's all contained in one place, right? That's the good news.
Lucille. Actually, no, Chateau. Kind of thinks a moment. You said you dreamed of eyes. His eyes.
Gods.
That. No, that doesn't have. I mean, it's about the same, right? Like,
If. No. if Thrall is not themselves, but mostly Ongham, then you didn't make a pact with Thrall. You made a pact with Ongham.
They step up the turntable in trying to remove you from this pact.
Yeah.
I don't.
Lucille kind of inhales like, it is his eye that you have.
On Craigory's hand drifts to hip. Deep breath, just like, am I allowed to step outside?
As long as you don't leave town, I don't see why not. Rest of town should be wooded at this point. Looks at Ro, who nods. Asclepius also nods.
Okay.
Would you like me to step out with you?
No, I need to think.
Alright. Okay. It's fine. It's okay.
Lin?
Yeah?
Lin, Pumpkin, I'm sorry, that's you too, and you probably need a bit of space anyway as well. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's alright. Honey, it's alright. We're gonna get through this and you're gonna be just fine. And yeah, we're gonna talk about this later, but right now take care of yourself, okay? I love you. That's not gonna change.
Then you're being pulled into a hug, kiss atop the head, and he's going to walk out of the war room and walk through the manor, but the moment he's out the doors, he's sprinting.
Oh, honey.
I don't know if you guys ever had that thing where everything's going to hell and you're just kind of keeping it all bundled up until it's over so you can go like deal with it later. That's happening.
Yeah.
He's going to go have his freak out somewhere else alone in Halloweentown, but not with no witnesses.
Honestly, understandable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just had a lot dropped on you, my dude.
Did. And congrats, everyone. He at least didn't just run straight from the meeting.
Yep.
That was a controlled exit.
In fucking clutch.
Yeah. Thank you, Kara.
Gods, I am glad I brought up Bardic Inspos.
Oh my god.
The fact that you're just like, oh, we've got more bards. Oh, we've got more bards.
Oh my god, we needed all those bards.
We did need all those bards.
Bard's coming out the woodworks.
Fuck.
God.
Wow.
God. Lucille. Yo, go ahead.
Yo, you go first. You go first. If you go first.
I was gonna say, Lucille's turning back to the rest of the group at large. Like, okay, so what can we do with this information? Kind of like.
Shark's just here.
Shark is here.
Roll insight. Shark.
Cool. That is Chateau. That is not. Where's Lucille? There's Lucille.
Lin, you don't need to roll because you know them well enough to catch this.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey, all right. 21.
Okay, cool. Ro and Eabha and Steve and Lou all look at Jacques and Asclepius, and Jacques and Asclepius look at each other, and they don't know. They don't know what to do.
Comforting words all around.
Yep. Oh, God. Okay. Right. I don't suppose anyone knows how to exercise a god.
Well, I can ask. And second Lou,
It's Lucille does not like not having a plan or being unable to do something.
Asclepius looks at Lou looks at Asclepius, and they both shrug, and they ask, how do we exercise a god? And I gotta roll percentiles twice.
Hey!
That's a 55. And that's a 66. No, it's
So
69. Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
Nice, but terrible.
Terrible,
No.
but hey.
And there is no responses from either deity.
Yeah. I would almost say 69, nice, you get something, but
Lou gets a comforting pat on the shoulder. That's it. That's everything.
a comforting pat on the shoulder and a when the time comes, you'll know.
Like a magic 8-ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask again later. Actually, damn it.
God.
God, I've got a line that Lin wants to say. Just
Uh-huh.
she does look at the spooks, and she knows she's one of the youngest in the room, and she is trying to be the professional, but her voice does crack. She just goes, "He's gonna live, right? We're gonna handle this, and he's gonna be okay, right?"
At which point, Steve, for the first time, speaks up and goes, if they can piece my sorry hide back together, he'll be alright.
Okay. Okay.
We aren't gonna let
And
anyone
she
down.
puts a hand over her mouth, and she is pulling her hat down low on her head.
There'll be lots of tunnels over to give you a hug.
Kara, you're getting scooped. And yeah, she is shaking. And Kara, with how close you are, and I know your passive perception, you can feel Lin humming. But it's not the hum like a song out her mouth. No, it is in her chest. She is just humming. And I just rolled a wisdom save for her. No, she is definitely crying.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That was not one.
Chateau does eventually pipe up. Why don't we turn their plan against them?
How do you mean?
They want Thalmavors to remove erasure. Why not use one to remove their god?
We'd be putting ourselves at a lot of risk. You need to be on the front lines. Are you sure?
Chateau nods. Positive.
Listen, I think I should
Lin-
teach you a turtle too.
Say that again.
Rose said that I think I should teach you a trick or two.
All right. Yeah, let's do it then. Maybe I can help Craigory too.
This seeming like a good place to
Yeah.
set things up. Yeah.
Yep.
We said it, hooray!
Oh.
Uh,
Didn't expect to get that bit of lore out, but hey.
God.
For a little bit of context for anyone who doesn't know who Steve is and why he made that particular comment turn of phrase, let me just pull up a handy dandy little image of my boy really quick.
I know him and I love him.
I love him, and I'm so glad he's Southern.
I
That's the reason he was keeping quiet. I didn't want to break the tone by introducing that particular voice.
I'm so.
oh my god.
I love every last one of these people's voices, and I kid you not, if Lin hadn't been literally crying, because guess what, guys? I just cried.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. That was a delightful voice, and we love it. All the voices have been brilliant, and oh, I love them.
Yeah, that's Steve. He's a Frankenstein.
Yep.
Our good boy Steve.
He's the
boy,
one-
Steve.
He's the one who helped with the house in the first place when Lin was moving in.
Yep.
God.
I'm.
Lin. Sorry, you go.
It's a random ass thought, but I'm realizing now that all of my Faruma / real kind all of my Faruma characters I have given Southern accents, and I don't know how to handle this.
Faruma is just south. Lucian has a southern accent. Sorry, RJ, we don't make the rules.
Well, Mr. Decimal.
Howdy, partner, get lost.
Howdy, partner. I'm gonna cut your eyes out.
Don't do this to me.
I can and I will.
God.
Quite frankly, I'm
like motherfuckers.
Not the right accent, but you know.
Listen, you
RJ's got the
South, that's the
Texan
best
going
I
on.
can do.
No, you've got the Texan going on, which is fine.
Now, you mean to tell me.
okay.
Listen.
I'm shoving you all in the pit. I'm shoving you all in the pit, and I'm giving you all shakies.
Have we stopped recording?
I have not stopped recording. This is all on tape, motherfuckers. I'm uploading this to YouTube.
Yeah, it's on mine as well.
Oh my
It's on
god.
mine as well. Oh God.
Alright, okay. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening. Enjoy that cursed bit of knowledge.
The most important lord drop of the thing. Taruma South.
Taruma is the South. Goodbye.
Well, I guess that's where Steve comes from then. Bye.